My name is Bulleh Bablitch-Norkeh, and I was born in Liberia, West Africa, and to a father who was in the Peace Corps, Bill Bablitch. Some of you may know him as Justice Bablitch or Senator Bill Bablitch, but he was in the Peace Corps in the 60s, and that's how he met my mom, and voila, that's how I came about. So in 1980, my father went back to Liberia to find me and bring me to the U.S. In 1981, I came to Madison. We actually lived in Stevens Point for a while because my dad was a senator. And as a senator, you have to live in your district. And so we lived in Stevens Point for 2 years until the Supreme Court justice position became available. He ran and he won, and we moved to Oregon. 1989, the war started in Liberia, and met my husband, moved to Minneapolis, and at that point, I wasn't sure if my parents or my mom and my half-siblings are alive or dead. So we went to the Ivory Coast to find our family. While there, we didn't know where they were between Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Liberia. We could not go into Liberia because both Frederick and myself were on the government's blacklist, because we have been going around speaking about going around lobbying with our legislatures to try to intervene in a war and bring it to an end. And because of that, we were both put on the government's blacklist. And finally, we go to Guinea and the Ivory Coast because we couldn't enter Liberia while we were searching for our families. In transition from Ivory Coast to the Guinea, we got held hostage for 24 hours. They confiscated our passports and everything we had and said we were there as American spies. 24 hours later, no food, no water, no bathroom, with people with machine guns just circling the car that we were in. They're just like going like that around the car, taking turns. After 24 hours, we got released, and we went out to look for our families, and we finally found them, relocated them into Guinea, and we came back to the U.S. now with a new goal. So from 1989 to 2003, there's this senseless civil war that takes place. And 2005, the war ended. 2003, 2005, the first female president is elected, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She calls on my husband, Dr. Norkeh, and says, I need you to come and help me set up the new government. So Frederick goes. First, I didn't want him to go because now our life is all getting back together. My family's here. Our life is moving forward. And then for him to go back again was going to set us back. So I told him I didn't want him to go at the time. So he said, well, when the president calls on you, you go. And so I said, well, he said, let me go and try it. If I don't like it, I'll come back. If I like it, you will come and try it. If you like it, then we decide how to make the transition. I thought, oh, that's easy. I've already made up my mind. I was going to say, I don't like it anyway, so no problem. Well, he went, he stayed. I went, and with the intention of saying, I don't like it, let's go back. When I saw the poverty, when I saw the need was so great. The little gifts I took for people, it meant so much to them that I started almost feeling guilty because, God, I was one of those that loved shoes. I had more shoes than I could count, And it just made me realize the material things was not all. Giving back to my people, giving back to the people I left behind, it just pulled at my heart. And so I came back and I told my girls, we're going to move to Africa. And Lady, my daughter, was like, we're going to what?
So my name is Lady Norkeh, and I am the daughter of Bulleh Bablitch-Norkeh. And I got the privilege to move to Liberia, West Africa, and really just be hands-on and really see what the community needed and what the people in the village really needed. So it's been really a beautiful journey to be able to see from the very beginning of first arriving to Liberia, and now in 2021, just the progress that they've been able to make and even just create from literally the ground to now a beautiful nonprofit organization really making a massive impact there in Liberia.
So now we built a store, and I was selling coal and cement and soft drinks by the wholesale. And so as I'm sitting at my store, every day I see these women walking back and forth, and usually just a little tray on their head or a little bucket in their hand. Sometimes, most of the time, with a baby on their back. And so I decided to just call somebody and just kind of find out what they're selling, trying to get to know them and see if they will open up to me. And with my Western accent, they were a little nervous at first, but then they really opened up. And after hearing some of their stories, I realized I have no problem. I took so much for granted. These women, a lot of them were raped during the war. Some of them, one of them, her husband's neck was put on her lap, and they cut her husband's neck during the war. That kind of trauma. She and her children, they moved to Guinea, one of the neighboring countries. After the war, they came back to start over. Their house that they left is no longer there. And to start all over with nothing. And so I started giving them charcoal because I was selling charcoal, wholesale charcoal anyways. And a lot of them wanted charcoal because charcoal is easy to sell. It's Liberia with very little electricity. Majority of the people use charcoal to cook, to heat water, and whatever else. And so I started giving them bags of charcoal. So after I hear their story, I'll be like, all right, let's take 10 bags of coal. You go and sell it and increase your business and see how that goes. And so little by little, I started seeing the improvement. I started calling more women. And before I knew it, I became the old mom, the old lady who helps women and children. So people will come and be like, oh, they told me to come to the old lady that helps the women and children. So I remember making putting a post on my page. I wanted to see if I had any friends out there who can join me from Oregon, from anywhere, Madison. And so I started getting messages from my friends saying, how can I help? And how can I help? Laura being one of those people.
Girl Power Africa was born through Bulleh Bablitch on Facebook. And my introduction to Girl Power was through my friendship with Boo on Facebook and her posting on a daily basis some of the trials and tribulates of what was happening with the women in Liberia, West Africa. She started to empower women and asked for some help from her friend group. As a business owner, watching what Boo was doing in West Africa, it became evident to me that we needed to put together some sort of a structure to help tell this story and to help bring awareness to the women and children in Liberia. So my role in Girl Power organically grew from my knowledge of running businesses and understanding what needed to happen to put the structure in place. So the first thing we needed to do was start with a name for what was happening, and Boo came up with the name Girl Power Africa. It was really uncertain to us at that point what exactly was unfolding. And so as Boo started to put together the programs that she was putting in place, I was in the background putting together the pieces and helping to tell the story. In doing so, we created a Facebook page that was specific to Girl Power Africa, and that helped Boo have a platform to tell everyone what was going on. In addition to that, we built a website to help tell the story of Girl Power Africa, and as the different components of Girl Power started to formulate, from empowerment to student sponsorship, to our box program, it was helpful for us to help tell the story of what Girl Power was doing and how people could jump in and help.
Hello, I'm Kim O'Donnell, and I'm one of the board members for Girl Power Africa. I got started with Girl Power Africa 2 years ago, where I started looking into nonprofits that I wanted to get involved with on my off time, and I found Girl Power Africa through one of my friends, Laura, and it's been an incredible experience beyond what I ever imagined. It's just an organization that is led by a founder that has a passion for women and children in Liberia, specifically to give education to those children that don't have access to it. It's been just rewarding experience beyond my wildest dreams. Even my son today said to me to make sure to tell Bulleh that her work is so important and that he is so proud of what she has accomplished and continues to support her. One of the unique things about Girl Power Africa is each of our donors gets matched with a student that they sponsor. So you get to know the history of this child as well as how old they are, kind of a little bit about their lives, and you get matched up with them. And we try every year that you donate, we try to match you with the same child. So you know exactly who you are sending to school, and it becomes part of your family as you watch them grow.
Hello, my name is Hope Mickelson. I am a part of the Girl Power Africa board, and one of my specific roles on the board is to connect with the community through the Box program, as well as help advise the student ambassadors. Student ambassadors are students, generally high school students in Verona and in Oregon, and we work to find and collect all of the materials for the Box program, sort them, package up the boxes, as well as fundraise to ship the boxes over to Africa.
Hi, I'm Carrie Phillips, and I'm the newest member of the board. I have been on the Girl Power Africa board now for about a year, and I am currently serving as secretary on the board. I chose to join Girl Power Africa after serving on another community board, another community organization, and I just was attracted to the organization because of its the way that Bulleh runs it, how it's very transparent and accountable to the people that it serves, and I just felt like I could contribute to that, wanted to be part of it. I was, it sounded like they could make use of some of my skills. I do communications and marketing and that sort of thing. So they were at a stage where we're looking to grow the amount of fundraising that we do and be able to send more children every year to school.